Good afternoon, and welcome to the Horizon Newscast for the week of October 4th, 2010. I'm Jordan Smith. Our leading story of the week is the controversial subject of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Congress recently blocked the attempted repeal of the issue. David Woodson and Stephanie Taggart are on campus finding out the student and faculty reaction.
Don't Ask, Don't Tell is the military's policy that bars those who are openly gay, lesbian, or bisexual from military service. The act prohibits any homosexual or bisexual person from disclosing their sexual orientation while serving in the armed forces. According to recent polls, 40% of troops prefer the current policy, 30% want its repeal, and 30% have no opinion. Polls have also shown that the vast majority of troops say that they feel comfortable working alongside the LGBT community. We talked to students around campus to see how they feel about this controversial topic.
I think that the don't ask, don't tell policy is kind of crappy because why can you not serve your country if you're gay, and why do you have to keep your sexuality a secret? I think that's dumb. This is America, and I think you should be able to be open with how you feel, and it's freedom of speech. If you want to tell people, why is it such a big deal?
It's like their government's way of saying, oh, let's just ignore it because it's not really relevant. And I don't think they need to do that. It's just causing more problems than it's solving.
The thing I had always heard about the don't ask, don't tell policy is that the reason they don't want gay people in there is because it would make the other men uncomfortable. But if they can have women in there, and women are a sexual distraction, then why couldn't they have a gay man in there?
Throughout the interview process, we were unable to find anyone with support for Don't Ask, Don't Tell. However, a recent poll of citizens showed that 58% are in favor of gays serving openly, while 28% are opposed. Unfortunately, many of the campus organizations declined to comment on this issue. This is David Woodson and Stephanie Taggart for the Horizon Newscast.
Thanks, you two. Etiquette in the digital age is an issue that's only getting bigger. A seminar on the topic was held last week in the library in order for students to learn how to properly communicate in our digital age, and Brittany Bullard and Desiree Smith were there for it all.
Do you Facebook while doing your homework? Do you know what LOL and OMG means? If so, the discussion held by the Common Experience here on the third floor reading gallery in the IUS Library, Etiquette in the Digital Age, was the discussion for you today. Diane Reed and Michael Abernathy, senior lecturers in communications, hosted a lively discussion about how to effectively use technology without sacrificing the quality of face-to-face interaction and jeopardizing your future. The event started out with a fun skit about how the use of technology in public places can be confusing for some.
So that's okay if I come over later?
Lady, I don't even know you. I think a lot of students engage in behaviors which really aren't appropriate both in their personal relationships and in the classroom, and they don't realize that they're being rude. You know, they just live in that moment of, ooh, I got a text message, I got to answer it right back, and so they'll cut off a conversation that they're having with somebody face to face. Nobody likes to be ignored, so if you're standing there carrying on a conversation and you suddenly have to wait while they, check their Facebook page or whatever, it can actually hurt the relationship.
Also discussed was the importance of being careful about the things you send over the internet.
I can assure you that when you're 45 years old and running for political office, somebody, somewhere, is going to find those pictures of you that you took when you were 15 and stupid. They are out there somewhere. It will show up. And it may not be that you're running for political office, but it may be that it shows up in some other factor here.
Tips were also given to help students separate formal from informal types of communications. Even our lecturers had a few bad habits of their own to share.
My bad habits are probably like the students. There are times when I should be working, typing up speech critiques or whatever, and yet that game is just calling my name over there, and I can just hear it, and I'm like, well, I'll just play a couple of games, a couple of hands, and then I'll get back to work, and before I know it, 45 minutes has passed, and a couple games has turned into multiple games.
This has been Brittany Bullard and Desiree Smith with the Horizon Newscast. TTYL.
This week's campus profile is Joe Glover, IUS's new athletic director. Ashley Agnew and Brooke Lehman sat down with him for an exclusive interview.
Joe Glover was recently named interim athletic director. We sat down with him to discuss his new position.
I'm just very excited about the opportunity, and again, it's an interim athletic director right now, but really looking forward to doing whatever I can to make the athletic department better. And as a graduate of IU Southeast, I have a lot of passion for this university.
Glover became interim athletic director after the resignation of Pat Mrzowski. Glover joined the IUS athletic department in 2005. Glover was also the assistant athletic director before taking this new position.
My door's always open. I think they can expect to have someone that's going to listen to them and will welcome any new ideas and with an open mind and hope that they can bring some new ideas and some new initiatives to us, and we can make the athletic department a better place. So they're going to find someone who's in their corner and wants to do the best to make sure that they get what they need to be successful, and that overall we help raise the entire profile of our university.
From the activities building, this is Ashley Agnew.
What is a grenadier? We've all heard of it as our school's mascot, yet few know what it is and what it means. Josh Barber and Christy Taylor got to know who exactly he is.
Me and Josh set out on a mission to find out what exactly the grenadier is. Let's ask some students to see if they know.
I have no idea. I know it's the school's mascot, and I've seen pictures, so he's like some sort of general or military guy.
The grenadier, looking at him and seeing that he's wearing some kind of official soldier-like uniform, I'm going to assume is some kind of soldier.
From what I understand, it's a revolutionary soldier that carries grenades.
We found the one person on campus that knows exactly what the grenadier is, the Chancellor, Sandra Patterson Randalls.
Well, these were the elite foot soldiers, the guys who were brave enough to go and battle on the front line and do the really dangerous jobs. And I think in many ways, our students and what they do out in the world once they leave IU Southeast, how successful they are, how almost 90% of them stay right in this area and are leading business people in that. They're real grenadiers in a true spirit type sense.
Yeah. Okay. This has been Christy Taylor and Josh Barber with the Horizon Newscast.
That's all for the Horizon Newscast this week. If you missed anything this week, check us out online for all your latest campus news. We'll see you next week.